Good evening. We tend to take water for granted in this part of the world. Just turn on the tap and outpours as much as you want. In the Fraser Valley, thousands of people get their tap water from an underground lake called an aquifer. But so does Nestle, the largest bottled water company in the world. It's drawing millions of liters of fresh water from that aquifer every year, for free, and selling it back to us in bottles, leaving regular homeowners wondering whether their portion of the underground supply could soon run out.
Cool, clear BC water, water that supplies much of this area in and around Hope. A lot of residents here are on well water. From the same aquifer Nestle gets its supply. The only difference being Nestle fills its bottles free of charge and then sells them for more than $1 a piece. And it's that free water that isn't sitting well with some. It's estimated Nestle takes in more than 230 million liters of water every year to sell, and that has some conservation groups concerned.
They weren't concerned with having to pay for water, but if they did have to pay for water, they wanted to see everybody have to pay for water. And so that's an issue for us because, corporations are not local residents.
And those local residents have been watching as the plant has been growing. They too are worried about not just the water, but also the overall impact on the area.
Been talking with Nestle and writing letters with Nestle for many years now. We've had meetings also with the town council, and it was never designed to be a large-scale plant. When the water was first here, it was a company called Aberfoyle, small, and they had only taken out small amounts of water, and the trucks were only going during business hours and into the early evening. Now it's a 24/7 operation, and it was never designed to be that.
Back in the heart of town, some say you have to look at the bigger picture, and there are positives to having the water bottling giant call Hope home.
They're building our economy, and we really need more businesses like them. And so I don't think that it's an all take. They give back as well.
I think they should pay, whatever they do, it should be fair to everybody. And what that is, I have no idea, to be honest with you.
For its part, Nestle says it has the support of the community.
We are very entrenched in Hope. We're the largest employer. We have 75 employees. Every 2 years we host a community open house where people tour our plant. Did not receive a single complaint about our business.
Support or not, the free water has many wondering why there are no regulations when it comes to groundwater in this province, and some are calling for changes.
We're the only province in the country that doesn't regulate groundwater, and I think that's really concerning because it's such an important public resource in the province of British Columbia, and the idea that it's not regulated it's insane, quite frankly.
And Jill Bennett joins us live now from Hope with more on this. And Jill, it sounds like it's about time to update the province's century-old Water Act.
Yeah, and Deb, a lot of people calling for that, saying exactly that it is far too old and should be regulated. Mike Farnworth talked a bit more about those regulations. Now, keep in mind, on the books right now, things like the building of wells are controlled, but it's the actual groundwater that's not, which is why a company like Nestle or any big company really has access to that water and can take it for free, basically on a first-come, first-served basis. Now, they've had about 2,200 written submissions about this, 50,000 visits to a website. And the BC government is saying they will come out with the Water Sustainability Act next year. But what they're not saying at this point is whether or not that act will include charging companies like Nestle for water or exactly what will be in the act. So we're going to have to wait and see.
All right, Jill, thank you. And while we often take water for granted, some scientists believe it could become the source of a worldwide crisis within the lifetime of our children. The total amount of available fresh water is on a steep decline right now for many reasons. Many underground aquifers have been overpumped and are not recharging quickly. Climate change is reducing stream and river flow and shrinking lakes. And a lot of surface water has become polluted because of industry and agriculture. Still, some scientists say that it's more of a management crisis than a shortage crisis. And the crisis could be solved providing safe water for everyone for just 1/3 of what the world spends right now on bottled water.